Greetings, everyone. My name is Taylor Hankey, and for my persuasive speech today, I'll be explaining why music was better pre-year 2000 than post-year 2000. Again, this is a opinion. I understand there's some good music today, like Adele or Billie Eilish, or take your pick. There's a lot of good music today, and we'll talk about Adele later. But this is my opinion that I've had, that I have some supporting facts. Hopefully, you can understand why music, or why I think music was better pre 2000. And also would like to apologize. My PowerPoint is on my laptop today. My projector was not working, so I had to do it on my laptop. So a couple points that I would like to make today about why music was better pre 2000 than post 2000. The first one being that lyrics and music form has been watered down and simplified. I'll get to that in a minute. The second reason is because techniques like auto-tune and various other techniques, but today I'm going to specifically talk about auto-tune, has made average musicians into stars, basically. And then the third point that I'm going to make today is that we had bigger stars pre 2000, better musicians, and better virtuosos, people that are specifically trained on an instrument, like guitar with Eddie Van Halen, or Jimi Hendrix, or drums with Neil Peart, John Bonham, or vocals with Robert Plant. I mean, just take your pick. Or Blondie. I mean, there's a lot of great musicians. These are my three main points that I will focus on today. The first one is lyrics and form. I have two examples here. The first example I have is Don't Stop Believin', which is one of the biggest songs in the 80s, other than, Thriller and those kind of songs. Don't Stop Believin' is the epitome of 80s. So I want to read a couple lines for you. Just a small town girl living in a lonely world. She took the midnight train going anywhere. Just a city boy born and raised in South Detroit. He took the midnight train going anywhere. A singer in a smoky room, the smell of wine and cheap perfume. For a smile they can share the night. It goes on and on and on and on. And then it goes into the chorus that we all know so well. You see, lyrics like this tell a story. They had to write like this pre-2000 because everybody else was writing like that. You couldn't come with a ternary form, ABA form, verse, chorus back then, because everybody was imagining and creating more than what they do today. And I'll show you the biggest song of year in the 2010s, which is LMFAO, Party Anthem Rock. It's a good song, it's a great song to play at a party. However, we're talking about why music was better, why musicians are better, everything. This song here, let me read a couple lines for you. Let's see here. Party rock is in the house tonight. Everybody just had a good time, and we gon' make you lose your mind. Everybody just have a good time. Clap. Party rock is in the house tonight. Everybody just have a good time. I can feel it, baby. And we gonna make you lose your mind. We just want to see you shake that. Again, great song if you're at a party or something. But if you're just listening to music, is this really what you want to sit down and listen to or have dinner to? I don't think so. I believe Don't Stop Believin' is a little better. And then form pre-2000, most songs, they had a verse, they had a chorus, they had another verse and a chorus, but then they had an interlude. Usually it was a big rock solo, a guitar solo, or piano solo if you're going to do jazz. And then they had the chorus again. So the form was more complex than what they do today. Today, it's more of a ternary form, which is ABA. So you'll get a theme, or like a saying. And then you go into the chorus, and then you'll get the verse again, chorus. But it's the same thing in the chorus. And it's the same melody, the same rhythm, very simplified. And after year 2000, music became more commercialized, so it became more for everyone. Music today is meant for people to sing along with, more than before when everybody was uh, fighting to be the best musician or best band. So going on, the rival of auto-tune, and you can see here we have Cher. Now Cher is one of the best vocalists of all time. She's a great performer, maybe one of the best performers of all time as well. But Cher in 1997, let's see here. In 1997, a group called, let's see here, Antares Audio Technologies launched Auto-Tune in 1997, which they did this specifically for Cher on the song called Believe. Everybody knows this song. I'm not going to sing it for you today. Just go look it up. You know the song. Auto-Tune pretty much makes anybody's voice, whenever you're going through pitches, it makes it accurate to the pitch. So if you're out of tune, it automatically makes you in tune. It makes good singers in tune, and it makes bad singers sound like robots. You can go and listen to T-Pain. T-Pain, again, is a great artist, but he uses auto-tune in all of his music, and you can see what I'm talking about whenever you listen to it. It sounds like a robot. That's auto-tune. Auto-tune, a lot of people say, ruined the music industry because, again, it makes ordinary people sound like rock stars or like great musicians or virtuosos. So that is my second point. My third point, and this is a great point, is that we just have bigger and better stars then. More records sold, more singles sold. And it's kind of crazy because today we have streaming. We have all these avenues to get our music. You would think that music today would have more sales, but that's not the case. I picked the top selling artists in the 80s. I did the 80s because it's a good mix, but in the middle. I didn't want to do 90s because Nirvana and grunge ruled the 90s. 70s and 60s, Beatles ruled that. So I did a good middle ground and did the 80s. So the top artists in the 80s were Michael Jackson, number 1, AC/DC, number 2, Prince, number 3, Madonna, number 4, and U2, number 5. All wonderful musicians, all great musicians in their own right. Now let's look at the top selling artists of 2010. Adele, which is great, Drake, Ed Sheeran, Justin Bieber, and Taylor Swift. Again, great musicians, but when we're putting Adele up against Michael Jackson, AC/DC up against Drake, Prince up against Ed Sheeran, Madonna up against Justin Bieber, and U2 up against Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift is great, but I'm sorry, U2 is a better band. Again, opinion, but hopefully you can follow my logic here. As we keep going, Led Zeppelin here, and we got Justin Bieber. Music was just better back in the day. I hate saying it. I hate sounding like your parents. I'm sure that you know what they sound like, but music was just a lot better back in the day. We had bigger artists, as I said, like Michael Jackson. So I hope you found my presentation useful today, and go back and listen to some music and compare yourself. Music today is great, but again, you just cannot beat old-time music in any genre, jazz, rock, classical, any genre. Thank you for listening today, and I hope you have a blessed week. Take care.